My dad, Warrick Stock, was the most beautiful person to grace this country. My father always did everything in his power to make sure me and my family were okay and sound.
Imagine a young boy standing at his father's memorial, fighting back tears to say, "My father was my hero," the complete opposite of how the media portrayed him. This is Ethan, the eldest son of Warrick Stock, better known as DJ Warras, speaking just hours ago at his dad's memorial in Sandton. South Africa, this one hits different. Welcome to Mzansi PoliScope. On December 16, 2025, in broad daylight in Johannesburg CBD, DJ Warras was gunned down outside a building he was helping secure from hijackers. He wasn't just the DJ or the co-host of the Shady podcast. He was a former 5FM presenter, live amp star, club legend, and a passionate voice on urban issues. But more than that, Warras had started a private security company to reclaim hijacked buildings in the inner city. He stood against crime, corruption, and decay, even obtaining multiple protection orders after death threats. Authorities believe it was a targeted hit linked to those efforts. Police are closing in on suspects, with raids and surveillance underway. This isn't random violence, it's the price some pay for trying to fix our broken cities. But today, at his memorial, we saw the real Warras through his son's eyes. Listen to this.
My dad, Warrick Stock, was the most beautiful person to grace this country. My father always did everything in his power to make sure me and my family were okay and sound. Regardless of how he felt or his financial situation, he always made a way and had a plan. As a TV host or podcast presenter or DJ, he never failed to bring joy and smiles to the people listening and the people with him. Even if he knew what he said was controversial, he only spoke the truth. And obviously there would be people who disagree with what he says and his views, but he stood by what he thought was right. And that's the true definition of a courageous and resilient man.
Ethan reminded us that the bold, outspoken, shady lurker the world knew was also a devoted dad to 3 young boys, a man who put family first, built for their future, and fought for a safer South Africa so they could thrive. Friends like Sizwe Dlomo and Pearl Thusi shared stories of his kindness, how he bridged divides and brought people together. Warras wasn't perfect, he was real, fearless, and deeply loved. Through Ethan's words, we saw a loving father who had been deeply hurt by media portrayals, always striving to be a hero to his sons. But why does this matter? This tragedy exposes the deadly risks of fighting building hijackings and crime in Joburg, issues that affect all of us. Warras's death is a wake-up call. How many more must die before we reclaim our cities? His legacy? Courage, truth-telling, and unbreakable fatherly love. Let's honor him by demanding justice and safer streets. Rest in power, DJ Warras. Our thoughts are with Ethan and his brothers. May God hold them close this Christmas. What did Warras mean to you? Drop your memories below. Like, subscribe to Mzansi PoliScope for more real stories that matter, and share so his voice keeps echoing. Until next time, stay strong, Mzansi.